journey. My name is John Jacob Mubarak, and my purpose is to bring joy and facilitate healing. That's what I'm up to. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. Let's bring joy and facilitate healing wherever we go. I'm going to put my glasses back on because I can see better. Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm so grateful that you're here. Welcome, everybody, as you're joining in. I'm really excited to share with you the final part of our series, 5-part series on surrender. Hey, everybody in the Facebook world, in the Instagram world, in the Facebook world, in the YouTube world. Thank you all so much for joining. So, Rythmia is closed right now for 2 weeks. We close regularly scheduled. Hey, what's up? Hola, hola, lola, lola. Good to see you. My good friend from Sweden. Yes, Dee. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let's see over here what everybody's saying. Colette, good to see you. Thank you. So, Rythmia is closed for regularly scheduled maintenance. Every September, we used to close for a month, but now we only close for the week. Or for 2 weeks. We're closed for 2 weeks, and I get to be here in Costa Rica. And I'm really grateful to continue to bring you Walking the Path. And so I want to share with you a little bit about what's going on at Rythmia, always, what Rythmia is up to. And then we want to talk about meditation as a component of surrender. So right now what's going on at Rythmia is, hey, from Ontario, Libby, nice to see you, is a lot of cleaning up, getting things ready for the coming year. Lots of activity, building new buildings. Cheryl, hi, good to see you. And we're ready for people to come back in mid-September. We're super excited. Jacob, Lawrence, you're in the Maloka. Someone let me out. Jacob, I told you should have left. Okay, so that's what Rythmia is up to. We're super grateful to have this time to just do some construction, some needed things, build some new buildings, and get ready for another amazing year. We're open 49 weeks out of the year. 49 weeks out of the year, we're doing ceremony at Rythmia. Pretty amazing. Okay, surrender. So we've been talking about surrender. The 5 components of surrender are patience, faith, patience, faith, trust, awareness, and meditation. We've talked about each one of those. You can go back in the series. You can go to Rythmia's Facebook page. You can go to YouTube and just type in John Jacob Mubarak Walking the Path Surrender, and all 5 will come up. And you can see, the 5 components. We talked about each one. Patience. Briefly, we'll go over them. Patience. You can't rush the oak tree out of the acorn. You can't push the butterfly out of the chrysalis. Everything has its time. Everything, we must be patient. Nature has its rhythm, the rhythms to life. So we're patient as we surrender. Let me back up. Surrender in general is not to give way or submit to another's authority, as in a military surrender. This is spiritual surrender, and spiritual surrender means we're giving way to what's so. We're giving way to what's seeking to emerge. We're letting go of our ideas about how things should be, and we're seeing how things are, because it's only from where things are, how things actually are, that we can actually make a change and improve something in our lives. But as we resist the present moment, there's no chance for improvement. So, okay, so surrender is not giving way as in a military surrender. Surrender is letting go of something, letting it go, letting something flow, letting it flow. And there's 5 components to help us let it flow, let it go, to surrender. And patience is the first one. Second one, hey, Mark, hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Patience, faith, right? Faith, we must have faith. Faith faith is the evidence of things unseen. What does that mean? I look at a tree and I think the tree is an evidence of something unseen. The seed had all the information necessary for that tree to grow. It was unseen, but in its completion in the seed, ready to go. All the genetic information, everything necessary. And so there's faith there in that seed. And faith is the evidence of things unseen. That tree is an evidence of things unseen. I can have faith just by looking at the tree. I know that everything moves from the unseen to the seen, from the invisible to the visible. And baby, let me tell you, it's biblical. right? It's biblical. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. In the beginning, there was an idea, and the idea was in the realm of infinite potential and infinite possibility. And that vibration, that high frequency vibration of infinite potential, infinite possibility, lowered itself so that it could take form. It could take flesh. It could take form. In the beginning, there was the Word. Things move from the invisible to the visible. That's the process of manifestation. And so we can trust. We can have faith. We have faith in that. We can trust. Trust is the next component. Trust. We can trust because we know this. I can look to nature and see in nature. There's a pattern. There's a rhythm to nature. There's a rhythm in nature. Everything in nature is unfolding and it has a cycle. I can see that every dark night has a dawn. Every winter has a spring. Every storm has a sunny day. It's just the way that it is. It's the way that nature rolls. So I can trust in the process. I can trust if I'm going through a rough time. I can trust that it's the process. That this time is fruitful. That it's part of the process, even though I can't see it right now. It's part of the process. Finally, awareness is the next piece of meditation, or the next piece of surrender. I can bring my awareness, right? We talked about that last week. Our awareness, when we place our awareness on something, we're bringing our attention to it. What we're doing when we place our awarenesses on something is we're activating the observational mode within us. And so as we place our awareness on something, I'm observing it, and then I can see it as separate from me, that it's actually not me. If I'm angry, I'm not angry. I'm experiencing anger. This vessel, this I am, is experiencing anger right now, but I'm not angry. I'm John. You're you. I am. And then the rest, as Reverend Michael says, his commentary, I am John. I am happy. I'm sad. I'm joyful. I am mad. I'm whatever, but I am. So anything other than the I am is not us. And so I can say awareness helps me to see the difference, to distinguish the difference between the I am and what I'm experiencing. Finally, today, our topic is meditation. So what does meditation have to do with surrender? There's a great quote. It was attributed, depending on who you're looking at, it's attributed to Rajneesh or to Osho. I don't know who actually said it, but that's the way quotes go. But meditation is a surrender. It is not a demand. It is not forcing existence your way. It is relaxing into the way existence wants to be. It's a let go. Hey, Sean, thank you. I love you too, brother. Thank you so much. So meditation is a surrender. It's not a forcing something. It's allowing something. It's a let go, right? That's one aspect. Meditation is a key pillar of surrender, and it moves us into joy and flow. Now, what is meditation? Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith at Agape says that, hey, Bernie, great to see you. Reverend Michael at Agape says that meditation is paying undistractable attention to what's real. Well, what's real? What is real? What's real with a capital R? I'm not real because I'm changing. You're not real because you're changing. What's real about us is the part of us that's unchanging. That's what's real about us. And so what is real with a capital R is eternal, unchanging, enduring. It is without beginning and without end. It just is. That is what is real. So meditation is placing undistractable attention, this is Reverend Michael's definition, on what reality with a capital R is. Why do we do that? We do that. How do we see reality with a capital R? Because reality with a small r is everything that we're seeing. The trees, the beautiful mountains, the ocean, right? That's reality with a small r. You and me, that's reality with a small r. How do I see reality with a capital R? Well, I can't see it with my eyes. I have to use a different faculty. I have to use the faculty of seeing and the faculty of hearing, but not my eyes and my ears. I have to use the faculty of seeing and hearing with my whole body, with my whole being. And in order to get to feeling and seeing and hearing with our whole being, we must quiet the mind. Meditation helps us quiet the mind. That's the biggest thing I hear from people. Like, I tried meditating. I can't meditate. My mind's too busy. I have monkey mind. Can't do it. Oh, okay. You're the only person on the planet. It just doesn't work for you, but it works for everybody else. That sounds like it's a story. It's a story because meditation works for everybody. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. The first reference to it, I think, was in the Upanishads, which I don't even know when that was, but it was definitely BC, baby. So meditation, we all can meditate. We all can meditate. And if we can, we must meditate because why? Because there are people that can't meditate. There are people that are running from bombs and trying to find water and places for their children to sleep tonight and trying to find food. Those people can't meditate. We got to meditate for them. Why? Because meditation lifts our minds above confusion. It helps us see what's real and separate from the muck and the mire and the grit and the grime of the journey, all the stuff that isn't actually real. And what isn't real? Anything that changes. Anything that changes isn't real. Anything that changes isn't real. Only thing that's real with a capital R. Anything that changes is real with a small r. Anything that doesn't change is real with a capital R. And in order to see that, we must turn away from the world of effects, the world of things, the world of getting and spending and late and soon and buying and how and all of that. That world, it's a great world. I love living in it. I'm sure you do too. There's so much great stuff in that world, but that's not the world that's going to get me to see reality with a capital R. I have to quiet my mind. I have to close my eyes. I have to use a different faculty. So we turn away from the world of things, the world of effects, the world that's changing, and we move into a greater sense of being with meditation. We move into a greater sense of being rather than doing. There is a time to do, trust and believe, but right action, doing, falls out of being. It's being, then doing, not doing, then being. We think, well, if I do these things, then I'll be this way. But that doesn't work. Well, if I do this much and I have a bunch of money, then I'll be happy. Didn't work. We all know that. Money helps, but it doesn't buy happiness. So it's not about the doing. Many people, speaking of that same topic, many people who have won the lottery are broke 5 years later. They have more money than they would have ever had in their entire lives. And they're broke 5 years later. Why? Because it's not about the doing. It's about the being. It's about the being wealthy in consciousness. It's about the beingness of abundance and prosperity. And then the thing comes. First from the invisible to the visible, right? So I have to move into a state of being. So I turn away from the world of effects and come into the secret place of the Most High within me, the altar of my consciousness, because the uppermost God and the innermost God are the same God. The uppermost God and the innermost God are the same God. So we lift our minds, we approach this bigger place, the uppermost God, the secret place of the Most High. We must turn away from this world and turn within. This is why meditation is a key and intricate part of surrender. And then how do we see the truth? Because that's what we want. We want to see the truth. How do we see the truth? Well, Ram Dass says if you want to know the truth, you've got to give up your opinions. What is an opinion? But a limited perspective, a point of view, right? So if we want to give up our opinions and our beliefs and our points of view, right, we must do so in meditation. We have to turn away from the world of effects. We must turn away from the world of opinions and limited points of view and perspectives and beliefs, and we must turn to a world of being. Many, outside of our opinions and perspectives, because the current situation that we're in right now, that we're needing to surrender to, is a direct effect of our previously held opinions, perspective, points of view, beliefs, and judgments. It's a condensation of what it's an actual effect or condensation of what we were thinking before. So if we want to, so we have to surrender now because of the crap we were thinking before. So if I want to create something new in the future, I better get clear. I better get clear about what I'm thinking about now, right? What I'm thinking about now. So meditation, hey, brother, nice to see you. Vinny. So meditation and surrender lead us to acceptance. What we might accept, let me put it this way. As we quiet the mind and we move to a deeper state of being, we begin to see the present moment. Because the access to all the information, to all of the abundance, all of the creativity, all the prosperity, all the joy, all the love, all the balance, all the order, all the harmony, all the excellence, access to all of that is only in the present moment. And from the present moment, we can access the eternal now. It's all happening now in the eternal. There's no time in eternity. Eternity isn't a bunch of time put together. Eternity is timeless. It's outside of time. And so we can access the timeless. We can access that which is real with a capital R, that which is true, that which is real, that which is enduring, that which is unchanging, can only be accessed in the present. And so I can't, hey, Amanda Malloy, what's up? I can't access that in the past or in the future. And so meditation is a key component of surrender because it allows us to quiet the mind and come to that interior place, that secret place of the Most High within, the Holy of Holies, at the altar of my consciousness, to access the present moment so that I can let go and let God. I can let go and let the infinite intelligence that's in me and all around me lead the way. We need not struggle. We need not strive. That's why we're talking about surrender. We need not struggle. We need not strive. We need not try so hard. We got to have lily of the field consciousness. My man, Vinny says, lily of the field consciousness. What's lily of the field consciousness? Remember the biblical verse that says, consider the lilies of the field, they toil not. And yet I assure you that Solomon in all his glory are not arrayed as spectacularly or gloriously as one of these. The lilies of the field, Tyler, thank you. And all the power there ever was or will be is here now. Amen. The lilies of the field aren't worried if the nitrogen content of the soil is enough for them. They're not worried if it's going to rain or if they're going to have enough water or what the lily next to them is doing. The lilies of the field are just blooming, baby. They're just blooming. They're not caring about if all the conditions are right. They're just doing what they can. They're just growing. They're just blooming, resting. They're just more of what's available to them. That is why surrender is so important. So that we can express more of what's available in, through, and as us, and express more of ourselves, surrendering, letting go of all of the things that we're not. We've got to surrender ourselves to the unfolding process. We can't do that while we're stuck in our thinking mind, our analytical mind. We got to move out of the thinking mind and move into the being of it, so that we can touch the infinite. We can touch that place, the eternal now, receive what we need to receive, the information, the downloads, the insights, the direction. It's all right there. The answer is within always, because the uppermost God and the innermost God are the same God. So that within you is infinite intelligence. So meditation is a key component to surrender, brings us to the present moment where we have access to the eternal now. Now, there are many psychological and physiological benefits to meditation, right? We're not just talking about the spiritual side, but it creates tonic chemicals within the body. It increases stem cell production, red blood cell production. It's real good for you. But let me tell you what else is going on physiologically when you're meditating. And it's the same thing that when you get a deep meditation, it's the same thing that happens in the psychedelic experience and in breathwork, right? Is the default mode network quiets. The default mode network is the greater portion of the brain that is active most of the time when our attention isn't required. Right now, you are paying really tons of attention to me. I know you are. And so the default mode network is offline because your attentional network is online. And they're like a seesaw. When the attention is on, the default is off. When the attention is off, the default is on. Well, the default mode network is our ego. It's our sense of separation. It's our rumination. It's where we go. It's the negative self-talk. It's that evil stepmother in the back of your mind telling you, bitch, you can't go to the ball. Hell no. You got to clean some toilets. That's what it's telling you. Okay. So that's the default mode network, and it suppresses memory. So either your attention is on or your default mode, rumination, thinking about, daydreaming, all that stuff is on, one or the other. When you do psychedelics, when you do breath work, and when you do meditation, in deep meditation, the default mode network quiets and you're not placing your attention on anything other than your breath. And so the attentional mode and the default mode quiet. And then parts of your brain that weren't talking to each other before start talking to each other. This is where insight, download, revelation, connection, ego dissolution, sense of oneness all come from. And so meditation on the spiritual level, access to the eternal now. On the physiological level, there's some stuff going on in your brain when you're meditating that takes the default mode network offline and the attentional mode network offline, and you get access to stuff that's in you. Basically, it's like making connections that you just hadn't made before. It's like all the parts are there, you just hadn't made the connection, right? Like there's it's sometimes like, have you ever been to the store and you're looking for something? And you're looking at that wall, there's all these things on the wall, and you're like, I know it's here. And then you go to the clerk and you go, I'm looking for XYZ. And they go, yeah, it's right here. And you go, I've been staring at that wall for 10 minutes. You just hadn't made the connection. That's what life is. It's all right there in front of us. We just have a limited perception, a limited point of view, a limited perspective, and we're not seeing before, we're not opening up our aperture. So meditation as a component of surrender allows us to open up the aperture and see more of the information that's already there because we're making new connections. Okay. This is what I'm saying. Let's say hi to Snakeskin Jacket and Alicia Flies Through the Air. Love you guys. So glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining us. So today's talk was on the 5th part of Surrender, the Surrender series, part 5, meditation. The 5 components of surrender. So you can go back, anybody, if you missed the previous 4 episodes, just type in, go to YouTube or to Rythmia's Facebook page and type in John Jacob Mubarak Surrender series, Walking the Path Surrender series, and parts 1 through 5 should show up. The 5 components of surrender: patience, faith, trust, awareness, and meditation. I'm really grateful that we got to talk today. I'm really grateful to Rythmia for this opportunity, and to Jerry and Jeff. And I'm really grateful to all the folks that have been to Rythmia that I get to connect with. I'm grateful for my teachers, Reverend Michael. Wow. All of the wonderful people in my life, all my friends and family. Let's just be grateful. What are you grateful for right now? Think of one thing right now. Let's join me. Join me in thinking of one thing that you're really grateful for. I got it. I just remembered. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to show you or teach you. I'm going to share with you one way that I was taught to meditate. So we're going to set that up right now. To begin with, we start with gratitude. So think of one thing that you are immensely grateful for from any point in your life. One thing you're immensely grateful for from any point in your life. Think about that for just a second. Bring it up into your awareness. Breathe it up into your heart. Just allow that to resonate in your heart space. Now, when you get ready to meditate, I don't care if it's for 2 minutes or an hour. And I want to tell you guys this, it's more important that you meditate consistently than all the time, than for an hour. Like if you just did 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at lunch and 5 minutes in the evening, that would be amazing. That would be amazing, right? So 2 minutes or 5 minutes, consistency is more important than the duration or the intensity. Just do it. 2 minutes. Start with 2 minutes. So what are you going to do? You're going to set your timer for 2 minutes if you're a new meditator. You're going to sit with your feet flat on the floor or in easy pose with your legs crossed. Either one. Your back is erect but not rigid. Right? You're erect but not rigid. You're sitting in a noble posture because you're noble. You're beautiful. Nikki's grateful for self-awareness. I'm grateful for you. Libby's grateful for a place to live. I love that. All right. So we're holding our gratitude, just feeling tone of gratitude. Our posture is the first thing. We're going to set our posture. Back is erect, not rigid. Hands are in upright, thumb and forefinger together, up in the upright position, palms up. And we're going to close our eyes. Now, the next thing we're going to think about is our intention. Our intention is to wake up. Our intention is to have an ecstatic experience of oneness. Our intention is to let go. Our intent to surrender. Whatever your intention is. My intention is for clarity. You just set the intention. First, you set your posture. Then you set your intention. Thirdly, you set your attention. Your attention is on your breath. So you're breathing right now. This is the way Reverend Michael taught us how to meditate, right? You're breathing in the present moment. So our breath, you're just following the inflow and the outflow of the breath. You might place your awareness on the breath going in and out of the nostrils. You might place your awareness on the abdomen rising and falling. You might place your awareness on the breath going up and down the central channel. Doesn't matter. Place your awareness on your breath. 3 things to do before you meditate. 1, your posture. 2, your intention. 3, your attention on the breath. And then 4, bring in gratitude. Think of that thing you're immensely grateful for. And you just concentrate on your breath. Set your timer for 2 minutes. Set your timer for 1 minute. If you did 1 minute, start with 1 minute. If you're new, start with 1 minute. If you tell me I can't meditate because my mind goes crazy, start with 1 minute. Put your timer for 1 minute. Just breathe. Just follow your breath. Quiet the mind for just a minute and watch how much better you feel. Okay, so that's it. Posture, intention, attention, gratitude. Sit. Set your timer and breathe. Meditation, key component to surrender. I'm grateful for each of you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Let's see. I know that each one listening now in the sound of my voice and listening to the replays, each one an emanation of the Most High. Each one a luminescent being, luminous being, full of light, made of light, made of love. I'm knowing this truth about each one, that there's an infinite intelligence within you. I know that because there's an infinite intelligence within you, because every cell of your body is functioning right now, doing magical, creative, and deft things. And the earth is spinning right now without us doing anything. So there's an intelligence in the earth, and the solar system is solar systeming, and the galaxy is galaxying. That's all happening without us. So I know there's an infinite intelligence in me and all around me. So it's in me and it's all around me. I know it's in you and all around you. Infinite intelligence in you and all around you. This infinite intelligence, it kind of knows what it's doing. It created the planet, it created you, it created me. It's spinning out gases in the solar system. I think we can trust it. I think we can trust this infinite intelligence to guide us to fulfillment. So that's my prayer today, that infinite intelligence guides each one listening to this to fulfillment, to the best and highest expression of each life. With ease and grace in a magical way. With ease and grace in a magical way. That's what I'm talking about. So many blessings, so much love. Infinite intelligence is guiding you and me. I'm open and available. I surrender to it so that it can guide us. We surrender. And so it is. See you guys next week. Peace and riches blessings.